Crash Bandicoot really changed kind of the landscape where you didn't really see a lot of video games and commercials on TV up until that point. Mario 3 had a big one. When there was this chant of like, Mario. You know what? We should show that, actually. The Mario 3 commercial. Mario 3 commercial, I think, is a good one to start with.
Mario! 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 Mario!
Mario! Very American, you know? Yeah.
He's back. All you had to do was ask.
All you had to do was stand in the streets and scream.
Nintendo.
There's that one. I feel like the first Mortal Kombat commercial was also back in '94, was it? Mortal Monday. A lot of kids screaming in the streets. That's the real one. On the Game Boy. Wow. It's a lot of like, I remember back then reading video game magazines and just seeing like the strategy guides for the Game Boy version of it, the Game Gear version of it. And that was my Let's Play. The 90s was a real fever dream. Let's get this chat up higher. There we go. All right. Then Crash Bandicoot came along and kind of injected this like alternative kind of humor as well, which is really, really nice.
105 North Avenue, 52.
Fear not, plumber boy, the Bandicoot will come. I'm coming to get you, pal. Hi, how are you? Am I on the right street? Can you tell me where Nintendo is? People run a lot here. This is really nice. Plumber boy, your time has come.
You know, this is like somebody kind of confronting Nintendo for their mainstream success and dominance with a totally different attitude than Nintendo had.
What's wrong with these people? Never see a Bandicoot before?
Anyways, all right, let's hit up the ones that you have chosen yourself. So, first up, we have Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. This is the E3 2015 trailer. Anytime a Hideo Kojima game is announced and released from Metal Gear Solid 1, ever since Metal Gear Solid 1 was a gigantic hype train, where it was gameplay and visuals we'd never seen before. And ever since then, it's been an absolute industry stopper whenever Kojima puts out something. And maybe because of now that we've moved away from E3, I mean, up to like Death Stranding, when it was just so confusing. It was such a great trailer because you thought, what exactly is happening? What is this game? It wasn't just, here's some gameplay of a guy walking up a mountain. That actually wouldn't work. This worked really well. But this is from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, E3 2015, the beginning of the end of Kojima at Konami. 5 minutes? Fuck you, Leonard.
I was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. Words can kill.
Time and again, the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him.
Since ancient times, every civilization's ruler has had the same idea. When people unite under one will, they become stronger than the sum of their parts. And what do rulers use to bring people together? Language.
This world will become one. I have found the way. Race, tribal affiliations, national borders, even our faces will be irrelevant. The world that the boss envisioned will finally become a reality, and it will make mankind whole again.
America is a country of liberty, a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious.
In his eyes, the greatest symbiotic parasite the world's ever known isn't microbial. It's linguistic. Words are what keeps civilization, our world, alive. Free the world, not by taking men's lives, but by taking their tongues.
With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. Sans lingua franca, the world will be torn asunder, and then it shall be free.
That sounded much in the first game. What's he doing there? Pretty great trailer. Not as... And look, they actually show basically the ending of the game right here.
The chain of retaliation is what will truly bind this world together as one.
Sure, that's an idea. Oh, little baby liquid. Got really cut short. That's such a Kojima way of showing the faces, right?
Les enfants terribles. Zero called it.
Kiefer Sutherland's from Canada. We have an inherent French ability. That was pretty good trailer. It was not quite as batshit crazy and abstract as Death Stranding, but yeah, a little more grounded with it. But it definitely feels completely separated from what I feel of Metal Gear Solid 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's off in its own little zone. Feels kind of futuristic. A little bit of that 80s synth in it. It just reminds me of like how much fun I had playing that game and running around the base, and how scared I was of the enemies, like all the villains that show up and the way they just appear and the way you're trapped and the way they kind of move and how powerful they are, and just how friggin' good it felt to move around in that world, and all the little tricks and items and you would research and use, and how you could multitask, and it felt like such a perfect game for the time. And whereas Death Stranding was so much more simple, had some of that gameplay stuff, but it was going in a different direction. But I think Metal Gear Solid 5 is just still a fantastic game. All right, next up is going to be Final Fantasy XIV, Shadowbringers. The Shadowbringers, you say? Final Fantasy, always a big deal. Children, leave the room. Close your eyes.
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. The one they called the Warrior of Light. Sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Nymphilia.
must be undone. If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten. Become what you must. Become the warrior of darkness.
Now, I don't really understand a lot of what's going on in there. It's a lot of like history being unwritten, big things becoming small. If small must become big, if the clouds must become water, if we must fight, then we will die. But it's very epic. It did have, like Jace was saying, it's got a good feel to it. I don't really understand. It's kind of like listening to a song in another language where you go, okay, I like where this is going. It has a nice pace to it. Pretty long, 6 minutes. And not one example of gameplay. Interesting. All right, next up is Battle Block Theater, the Steam announcement trailer.
Rated T for being a little naughty.
Being a little naughty. The behemoth.
Hey you! Still playing Battle Block Theater on Xbox and enjoying every moment, rightfully so? Good, shut up, because I've got 2 words that'll change your life forever! Steam! Version! That's right, get ready to experience the game that won every award for everything ever, like you've never seen it before! Steam Version! Grab a friend and hammer through the most heartwarming/horrible story you'll ever experience. Stay in stunning 1 billion P graphics with high-resolution super texture technology that modern human eyeballs can't even see.
Must be very yellow.
Then hop online and make lots of new friends, enemies, and frenemies. Stay! If you think you can handle frame rates of up to 21,000 per millisecond, that is. And look, a multitude of game types is sure to keep things interesting. Especially with these state-of-the-art ragdoll physics and particle explosion future systems. Build your own levels to dazzle and annoy your friends by using our advanced manipulation engine, allowing you to control what you see on screen. The power is in your hands. Oh, and there's lots of stuff to collect and brag about, too. And your pants will collect human feces when you see this mind-blowingly realistic hair simulation. Look at it! So buckle said pants and get ready to rock Oculus Rift support of up to 5 simultaneous Oculuses. Pending video card mega graphic throttling with RAM processors. Sound effects when characters do stuff. The future is now! I hope you're down, because things are about to get awfully steamy in here. That was weird, sorry. I should have said, let's see. Let's just say the behemoth is about to release some steam. Oh man, that was way better! God!
That's good. Really funny. I like the pants collecting feces, and I like this part. You shut
Battle
up.
Block Theater on Xbox and enjoying every moment, rightfully so? Good, shut up, because I've got...
Good, shut up. I love a positive shut up. Next one, obviously Siegfried's pick, Vampire Becoming the Monster.
Rated M for mature.
You seek to protect and heal the flickering mortals. How vainly noble of you, my child. Fear, hate, those are the only flowers your compassion may grow.
You get them weapons ready! Find one!
Leave me alone! Who are you? Stay back!
Gameplay? In a modern trailer?
Where'd it go?
Untie your bonds, my child. Unlearn your past.
Take that blood.
Embrace your new nature. And once more be reborn. The vigor in their blood is all you need.
We will crush this beast! Crush the leech, boys!
actually looks pretty good.
To your hunger or resist it. But remember, mortals are now your prey. And you, my child, their mortal enemy. It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you. The need for blood. The will to strike and to punish. To spit in the eye of God.
Oh yeah? Spit in the eye of God. You might have lost some people with that last line. Bunch of Christian people like, this looks like a good game. Oh, sorry.
Those are the only flowers you
It does. I think it does a good job of sort of being cohesive and having this sort of like almost inky, drawn, kind of cel-shaded, Dishonored style, old and gooey kind of look to it. Actually, that trailer has me more interested in playing the game because of the actual gameplay that they show. I'm sure it is a bit more janky, and I can see that it's a bit floaty, but it looks pretty interesting. Next up, a classic, BioShock.
A man has a choice. I chose the impossible. I built a city where the artist would not fear the censor. Where the great will not be constrained by the small. Where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality. I chose to build rapture. But my city was betrayed by the weak. So I ask you, my friend, if your life were the prize, would you kill the innocent? Would you sacrifice your humanity? We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us.
Wow. The bees in my mouth. That's a great trailer. I think it really highlights all the original ideas. It feels way more like a horror than you probably would have imagined from a mainstream game. A lot of, like Jace was saying, a lot of mystery of what's going on, what's with this girl, what's with that thing, is that thing bad against you or not? It's just like this idea that all the stuff they show is actually a part of the game, like the environments, the wrench turning into the bees, fighting the big daddies, choosing what you do with the little sisters. It could never be quite as detailed or like fluid as that melee sequence was, but it got pretty close. It definitely felt incredibly original at the time, and now, I mean, so many games are like that. These first-person or third-person games with powers and a lot of cinematic action and a bit of choice too as well, and like perks and all these sort of abilities, but at the time, this was incredibly original and very, very polished. And I think this trailer does an incredible job of taking the gameplay and kind of making it how you would almost remember the gameplay, how you'd imagine the gameplay, how you would want it to be. So it's a really good trailer and for a really good game. Next up, Mafia 3, One Way Road. Holds up really well. I'm glad to hear that.
All I really want is for everything to go back the way that it was. Before that night.
Are they?
So those the men you gonna kill, huh?
And it's shouldn't have said no.
This city survived the War of 1812.
No, that song's gonna get
the Civil War, and God knows how many hurricanes. But when Lincoln Clay went after the mob, he inflicted more damage than all the wars and hurricanes combined.
Where the fuck you think you're going? Sal Marcano deserves to die. I won't argue otherwise. Kill him, but let that be the end of it. That's not enough. It's enough if you say it's enough.
This isn't about bringing them back, or even exacting some street justice.
That guy's got some Gears of War perspective on his chin.
Welcome home, son.
Quite like a human.
Watch as I take it all away from
Got that big chin, big leading man chin, big jaw.
How do I find Alvarez? How? We're getting ready to fucking kill me. I was just doing what Uncle Sal told me to do. There's got to be something we can do. You are Sal Marcano.
We wouldn't be in this fucking mess if you'd done what you were supposed to do.
Choke slam!
This is a one-way road. Once you start down it, there ain't no turning back.
You are who you are. No point in arguing with yourself about it.
I feel like this game really got overlooked. Had a bit of controversy, but it didn't seem like it kind of pushed out past past its niche and or a little bit beyond that. But I've heard pretty good things about the series and the game. I feel like the difference between sort of what BioShock was doing in this is that this is more all the cool moments. I feel like if I was playing the game, I would just be watching all of those. Whereas in BioShock, it was giving you an exaggerated version of what you're actually going to be doing. You know, it's a lot scarier and more intense to be really trying to fight a big daddy and dying, as opposed to just watching somebody avoid a narrow death or near-death experience that you know they're going to survive. Because it's all story, and you're the main character. The main character can't die in the story. The main character can die in gameplay, but not in the story. So you lose the tension. But it's got style anyway. All right, next up, Stellaris Apocalypse, the release date and story trailer.
Checking defense shields, fuel systems, and engines. Roger that.
I feel like the day you were born was like a lifetime ago. It went by so fast. I need to go, but know that you've been with me every day. Stay strong. Don't be afraid. Everything will be okay. I promise.
Radar detecting large unknown objects.
Know that I did what I could to protect you.
Look at all these things you can build. So I feel like this is making me feel like I'm playing a game.
I solemnly swear to devote my life and abilities
to finishing this game.
The United Nations of Earth. the Constitution of Man, and to further the universal rights of all sentient life. From the depths of the Pacific to the edge of the galaxy,
Ratings are off the scale. What is that thing?
for as long as I shall live.
Nice sub drop. Pretty nice, especially for. I mean, these are hard games to do a trailer on without them seeming too apart from the actual gameplay. You love full space games of the ships line up like Pirate Battle. Yeah, and they're always on like the same axis too, even though space would just be any axis, right? All right. Next up, why are there two Stellaris trailers in here? Apocalypse, the launch trailer. So that was the release date story trailer. Here's the launch trailer. See how it varies.
We are receiving reports that Colony Europa 7 has in fact been destroyed by an
The estimated death toll is in the billions.
My entire family was... The attackers are being called Gamma Aliens until more information...
With this attack, we have no choice but to protect our kind by unleashing our almighty weapon upon them, summoning the apocalypse.
Like this nice scale, big ships, small ships, lots going on. And then of course a little window in front of you where all the actual action is taking place. I like the borders that Stellaris has too. It makes it look like it's a little bit easier to get a visual representation of what's going on. But I like the music, that's for sure. Cool. Next up, Lust for Darkness. Have no idea what this is. The launch gameplay trailer.
Amanda. She went missing. Wow.
We don't have much time. The ritual is our best chance.
At what? This is a Prince game. Dark set.
You should have stayed in your depressing little flat, Jonathan. You should have stayed there.
Masks on.
So that's what their paradise looks like.
That was strange. That was very... This is a very Prince game. It's sexy, but evil. It has party music and horror elements. Oh yeah, I rewinded back to the nice piece. I said rewind because I'm 36. Next up, Halo 3. Starry Night.
It's up there. Like what? Maybe someone up there was wondering what it's like.
After Halo was a surprise smash hit, Halo 2 was a killer follow-up. Halo 3 is definitely the difficult third album. of how you gonna match what you've done. What are you gonna add?
Do you think we'll ever meet them?
Any sign of the chief? Negative, sir. I think we lost him.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Product not yet rated.
Finish the Fight 2007. Jump in. That's more like a Nintendo phrase. Jump in. Play some Xbox. Halo 1 was the only time I got a bunch of sort of normalish people to all bring their Xboxes into a room with 4 TVs and play 16-player LAN using I had like a hub or a switch. It's awesome. Better Halo trailers than that. It's an interesting one. Wolfensteinen. This is a nice one to put right after that. Good mixing, Lena. The New Order E3 trailer. No, not many actual commercials. I guess commercials are more from my time.
So much has changed. I've been gone for too long.
Real eyes.
They beat us to the bone. No one knows how. The world was forced into submission. They took our freedom. Tore down what took centuries to build. They terrorized the world with their power.
Not the Beatles!
Enslaved millions. Uprisings. Rebellions. Resistance. Crushed beneath an iron boot. They're stealing our future. Flaunting their might. They think the war is over. But they're dead wrong.
Yeah, the new Wolfenstein, I think they do such a good job of taking the original Wolfenstein idea and bringing it into the future. Nazis, but literally updating it and rewriting history and adding that kind of like mecha, kind of campy, slight horror idea to it. It's pretty cool. Alright, next up is Dragon Age Inquisition, probably another Siegfried pick, who has to make sure that Vampire and Dragon Age Inquisition get in everywhere. Wherever you can advertise it, here it is. This is a big time for BioWare. Knights of the Old Republic, Mass Effect.
It is difficult to bear what happened here. You walked out of the Fade.
The Fade.
And our soldiers found you. The only one who escaped a blast that killed thousands. And you have no idea how you survived?
Was it this green stuff?
At this moment, you are the only threat I see.
The world is tearing itself apart, but they say I can stop this.
We call it the breach. It grows larger
This actually looks pretty good.
hour.
What's the game's like?
Unless we act, it will swallow the world.
Might want to watch yourself. Raining demons out here.
We will close the breach. We will find those responsible and we will restore order.
Whatever we were before, we are now the Inquisition.
This looks pretty good. I mean, when you think about at the time how good BioWare was being received with all the games, this kind of a slightly updated look on fantasy, a bit more cinematic, like a more cinematic Skyrim. Them kind of coming together as an Inquisition, sort of like a Lord of the Rings Fellowship. Videos of Smexy time in the band who got you interested in. Yeah, you have some of these people who are like, I'm talking like fantasy person. And then there's more of a kind of like, I think maybe the generic comic relief. That big fella who sounds more American. That stuff looks pretty exciting. Like, it looks like the combat animation is done really well. I don't know if that's just trailer trickery or if that actually made it into the game, but it looks good. Oh my god, here we go. Devil May Cry 5, the final trailer. Get ready for some bullshit.
Nero, jump in!
Who dares interfere?
What's happening now?
Oh god, I thought it was over.
This isn't good. We're gonna get dragged into this.
You will regret being born useless and human. I will show you your worst nightmares. I will give you despair and death.
Come here. If I don't return, you must run. By yourself, alone. You must change your name. Forget your past and start a new life. As someone else. A new beginning.
There is no mountain too tall to overcome.
I have plans for the both of you.
Damn it, V. This is my last request.
Looks like Arden.
Looks like we still got a long ways to go.
This is your legacy.
Yep. Bunch of Devil May Cry stuff. No mountain too tall that we can't do crazy things on it. Alright, let's cleanse the palate and go way back. Here's a Japanese commercial for Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. I've never seen this. Oh my god. Oh, it's like Thriller.
出る出るゼルダの伝説出る出る出る出るついに出るゴージャス今度の冒険リアル君もすぐに体験憎いでやんすね昆虫ショー高画質の謎解きアクション戸惑うことなくのめり込もうもちのろんスーパーファミコン 勝負今宵もゼルダは最高潮スーパーファミコンゼルダの伝説ついに出る
They like rarely ever show the game in Japanese commercials, eh? It's a lot of real life stuff. I like the dancing, I like the choreography, I like the rap. I like that there's some pretty interesting puppet work. I like this remix in there. They actually really try to show all the enemies and the attacks, the enemy attacks that they're gonna do. The Zelda spin attack. Look at that thing, it looks great. Of course, the game is a lot more serious than that. That's pretty nice. Very 90s. Wow. Very 90s, very Japanese. Shardarapar. It's them, nice. Next up, Ash of God's Redemption. No idea what this is. Pretty generic name.
Peggy 16.
Big Baddie. Very similar. Could this be any more similar? You guys up the Witcher. I feel like, is this a pretty modern game? Looks PS4 on the Buka, because it looks exactly like Banner Saga and sounds like The Witcher, and even has a little who's The Witcher's daughter, is like foster daughter, whatever. Interesting. I'd play that. Wailing Heights sing-along launch trailer. All right, get ready.
Peggy 12.
We are the deadbeats. The river's coming, the time is mine. If you catch the sight of us, you may die right. We are the deadbeats. Should be resting 6 feet on the ground. When we're here to play our music, we can't stop sharing our sound. We are the deadbeats. You ready for adventure? We love to sing for you. And if you let us find you, you can be a deadbeat too. We are the deadbeats.
That was fun. Sing-along trailer. Very Borderlands, eh? Yellow, tilted, black outline on it, all caps. Very catchy. Onyo! We are the deadbeats. Was there
Should be resting 6 feet on the ground. When we're here to play our music, we can't stop sharing our sound. We are the deadbeats.
That's nice. Warcraft 3, the original trailer from 1999. Get in. Get in.
We never paid any heed to the ancient prophecies.
Right, a bunch of narration of prophecies.
like fools, we clung to the old hatreds.
Racism, yeah.
And fought as we had for generations.
That's some 1999 grass. Deadbeats.
Until the day the sky rained fire, and the new enemy came among us. We stand now upon the brink of destruction, for the reign of chaos has come at last.
All right, not really much there. Just like, I'm sure at the time the CGI was pretty exciting, and Warcraft 1 and 2 had done so much that people were already like really excited for Warcraft 3. I would have liked to see a bit more idea of the actual game. All right, oh, here's some more Japanese stuff. Hold hands, yes. Let go of your hate.
どうしたの？トールさんが避ける組咲いてる時の顔が
Oh, hang on, we need to see the sub-titties. Subtitless. There you go. Gimme from the beginning, from the top.
どうしたの？ トールさんが避ける組咲いてる時の顔が好き。そう？ もっと長く見てたいな。
Long, long, my
危ないね、あの人。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
わあ、キリンさんが見て、テナガザル。こっちはゾウさんだ。
ちーちゃんは長いのが好きなんだね。
別に意識してるわけじゃないけど。
気のせいか。
long, long, my
前にも言ったね、あの長い人。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
出先で避ける組のマンゴー見つけてさ。
本当？
バイク便で送ったから。そろそろ吹くと思うよ。
そう、すごいタイミング。
サインお願いします。
long, long, my
ちーちゃん、聞こえてる？
あ、届いたよ。ありがとう。
マンゴー味珍しいからたくさん買ったんだ。今度2人で食べようね。おーい、ちーちゃん。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
それ触ってみてもいいですか？
どうぞ。
長い。これどうやって咲くんですか？
こんな風に。
long, long, my
ダメ。
すいません。
I love that song. Okay, we'll go on to some games now. Long, long man. That was pretty good. All right, what's next? Oh, is that it? There's only 18? What happened here? Was that the last one? Well, might as well keep going. And sort of the rip-up of Careless Whisper.
避
long man.
ちょっと寝込んでて。
これ持ってきたから一緒に食べよう。
今日は。ちょっと待って、今はダメ。
あいつが来てたんだ。
違うの。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
Was he there? Did he ever really exist?
俺じゃなくてこいつなんだよ。
それは。
ああ、そうかい。長けりゃいいのかい。ビロービロー。
やめて、グミがかわいそう。
ビロよ。ちいちゃん。
黙っててごめん。実は私もう長くないの。だから長いものを見ると安心できるの。
ちいちゃん。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
どうしてそんな猿芝居したの？目移りするのチーの悪い癖だよ。
だって長いんだもん。
長さに騙されてんじゃねえよ。避ける組一袋分並べていくと、ほら同じ長さになるの。食べやすいようにわざわざ切ってあるんだよ。
トールさん優しい。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
ちいちゃん聞いてもいい？
何？
プロポーズってどんな風にされたい？正直に言ってごらん。
フラッシュモブは嫌かな。なんかこっぱずかしいし。フラッシュモブ以外で。
ちいちゃん、僕と結婚。
耳長っ。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
ちいちゃん。
ダメ。結婚式までお預け。
シェー。おやすみ。
おやすみ。
シートベルトお締めください。
どちらまで？
どうして？
は？
あ、すいません。やっぱり忘れられない。
避ける組対長い避ける組。
叫んじゃねえぞ。はたぼうよ。
おめでとう。
ママ、長い車来た。
I love his long jacket. Oh my god, is he? I don't think he's gonna ruin it. No.
私のことは忘れて。分かったでしょ。私はひどい女なの。
ああ、もうやだ。どうしていつも俺の前に現れるんだよ。
一目見た時から君のことが。
Oh, he's gonna go for the guy. Oh.
トール君。
俺？嘘だろ。
高いったのに。どうして？
僕らはきっと分かり合える。
She's not long enough for him.
触ってみてもいいですか？
ああ、きっとみんな分かり合える。避ける組長い避ける組。
Let's see you get, lady. Wow, that was really nice. Long man. Wow, that was our top video game commercials and trailers with a nice, beautiful long man. So that must have run like every... I mean, that must have gone on for what, like a year? Like 6 months at a time? To keep people that that invested and stringing them along. What a beautiful concept. All right, if you're watching the YouTube VOD, it's over. Bye.